Good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to a brand new round of the GP4 OC 2022 Formula 2 season. I'm your lead commentator, Kurisu, and alongside me is Franco. Hello, Franco.
Hello, people.
Now we've arrived here in the land of Ronaldo. We're here at Portimao in Portugal at the Autodromo Internacional do Algarve. And after tomorrow's race will be the wildcard race, so expect the announcement of the wildcard race tomorrow. But now it's time to get going with the qualifying session. If you missed what happened last time out at Monza, Hento Cironome was leading until he bottled it, and in the end, João Pedro Curbi took victory instead.
yeah, let's say he suffered from the possible pressure of having a huge championship lead, and such a shame what has happened to Ento because, with that win now he would have 47 points of advantage if I was hearing right in the last stream. So
he still has a very half-decent lead, though, so I wouldn't be too sad if I was him. But without your time to get this qualifying session started, who is going to take pole? It's going to be Bo Dry, and let's go here. It's a very difficult track with lots of elevation changes, and some very difficult corners. And sometimes in sector 3, the track likes to disappear.
Oh, yeah, basically, this is GP4 magic.
Yep, that's right, and we're about to get this session underway.
It's going to be crucial also to do the right line, especially on sector 2, because
that's true.
The track is the roller coaster for a reason. So you have to be very careful on those corners, and this is where you can make the difference in general. We've seen it in DTM, and probably we're going to see it in F1 as well tomorrow. So
either way, the session is underway. 30 minutes of qualifying, and one pole sitter at the end of it. Who's it going to be?
Last time pole sitter is actually here, James Stewart.
Yep, his race didn't go quite to plan. He couldn't convert pole to win. He won in Belgium, but at Monza he had some bad luck.
And here it is, JP Curbi.
The race winner from last time, of course. First car out on the racetrack. And his brother Dudu Curbi won here a few seasons ago. Let's see if JP can do the same.
Yeah, Dudu won in 2019, if I remember correctly. Also, the track looks dump, or it's the graphic?
I think it's just the graphic. Flo, look at the chat. As Curbi is waiting to start his lap. You can see how enjoyable this middle sector is. This section, this downhill section, is my favorite for the left-hander. But a lot of cars are out on the racetrack. Thank you, Flo. In our little chat, I asked him to send me the corner names, so now we have them.
Nice.
So here we go. For the left-hander, the track has disappeared. I told you it can happen sometimes. But Curbi is about to begin his lap, so here we go. So that
it's
for the flat out right head, there we go. Launching out of it, getting some good straight line speed onto the longest straight of the racetrack, the main straight, the main overtaking opportunity come race day. Here goes Curbi in towards turn 1 Primera. You want to be very careful because it's a very fast corner flowing. You need to be back on the throttle immediately. Through the flat out turn 2 and in towards Fiat Lagos, you want to clip the apex early, get on the throttle as quick as you can. Carry that momentum through the left hander of 4, which doesn't have a name. As you go down the hill, down to the second straight, 23.5 middle in the first sector, it towards Torrevip, the hairpin of turn 5. You want to get good traction on exit as you go through a flat out section, this left hander, which is a little bit blind, and then this double right hander with a difficult apex, especially on the second apex. You need to get good exit here from Samsung as you go down the hill into Craig Joe's. Flat out, but you have to be careful because it's a blind corner. So if you mess up, you'll be in real trouble as you go into Portimao. For the right-hander, it didn't take such an aggressive line as it's a 55.4 in the middle sector. And now through the left-hander we go. It's a hairpin, but a little bit faster than the previous one. As in towards side we go, the 180-degree right-hander, which keeps flowing. You need to get good traction from it as you go into gulp, the final corner, which is flat out. You need to make sure you keep your car as straight as possible to minimize your drag. As Corby is about to set a benchmark time for everybody to beat, it's 23.8. The Oliveira is next. Can he beat his compatriot? No, he can't. He goes second. Bivoda, Kowad here goes second. Protsu goes second. Tilsley goes second. Everybody likes to go second today, don't they? As Blackwood crosses the line, he goes second. Just Frederick Suto goes fourth. Fifth, because Trezzi has got fastest. Sazonov goes second. Arnold goes first.
Oscar now second with the same time of Arnold.
Chobot goes sixth, as Kulisec goes seventh. Zorbak, he is next. He goes 10th. Sidonome goes fifth, as we got a yellow flag at the first quarter. Someone's got off of a mechanical problem, I think. You can see on the minimap, there's a car off the circuit.
Yeah. Let's see who is the guy involved. Oh, Silsley.
He's had a mechanical problem.
What a nightmare season for him. Really difficult.
Yeah, he didn't do himself a lot of favors in Monza, where he was pretty chaotic, caused a crash with his teammate, and he's had a suspension failure midway through his, actually not midway, right at the start of his in lap, and the one lap he set will be the only one because of the spare car ban.
Yeah, the time doesn't even look too horrible, but for sure he will start at the back of the grid, so
it's early.
Yep, hope that he can start at least 20th in the worst of cases.
Tilsley is out of the session.
Yeah.
Andreoli goes 10th fastest. Brazan goes 11th fastest. Chow Chinat goes 20th. He must have been held up or something. Kress goes 15th. Curtis goes 8th. And that is everyone down for the first runs.
Maybe he did a mistake, Chow Chinat, I think. Let's see how he was far in the second sector. Oh, he was already far, so might be first corner. Let's see. That's all good here. Oh, yeah, here.
Yeah, he understeered at the third corner and locked up.
Yeah, it took a wider line, so yeah, that's where
his exit in towards the next corner was compromised, as now the spare car ban is being enforced on Tilsley's car, and Tilsley is just 1,000th shy of being a second away from pole. Unfortunately, he's not going to get any closer because of the aforementioned spare car ban.
Yeah, such a shame for him, but of course, sadly this happens, and today it happened to him. It's not his season in general, if I have to be honest.
Yeah, not much he could do, I'm afraid. Either way, Arnold is on provisional pole, and Oskan is in second. He will be a little bit miffed with that because he said exactly the same time. Who knows, if we went down to the tens of 1,000, if we go down to a 10,000th, then maybe Oskan would be faster, but we don't do that. We only go to the 1,000th, and they're level on the 1,000, so Arnold is ahead.
Yeah.
Also a reminder, thank you, Joe. Why didn't you remind me, Flo? Anyway, Joe has reminded that Santino Androli has a 5-place penalty for the incident he caused at the previous race with start.
Yeah.
Sinonome is coming into the pits. Oskan once again with a good qualifying, but this guy has just been struggling massively in the races.
Yeah, I mean, in general, Arnold has been really fast during all the qualifying sessions. Was pretty unlucky in the races, if I have to be honest.
That is true.
An amount of 30 points of something. Like I remember in Austria, he was fighting for the podium and he had the engine failure. And also he was involved in a crash with Suto in Nürburgring, where it was Suto's fault because he dived into him. And that caused it caused damage on his rear wing. And yeah, I hope that it's going to be last 4 races of good satisfactions for him, because it has been a really tough season for him in general.
So in the qualifying performance points list, Sinonome and Oskan are tied. They're at the top, so they have the best improved performances for qualifying. And in the race, Sinonome is also at the top, but Blackwood is second, and Oskan is nowhere on that list. I'm not going to tell you how many points this driver has. I'm just going to tell you the top three. For qualifying, it's Sinonome, Oskan, and Blackwood. And for the race, it's Sinonome, Blackwood, and Suto for the performance.
Yeah, I can spoil that actually Oskan is
No,
a little bit off in the race. He's a little bit off in the race. Like in qualifying is good, but in the race he disappeared.
Anyway,
So, yeah.
The second runs have begun. Bernardo de Oliveira is out on track, as are a few other cars. But he's going to start the lap soon, so why don't you take us through it? Hopefully the track doesn't disappear this time.
Yeah, of course, sure. So we're watching here Bernardo de Oliveira, who is going now to approach the last corner at Gulp, and he is going to the straight, and the lap begins now. Hope he doesn't get any traffic in front with the cars leaving the pits. And should be okay. No, there's a car in front. It's a Trident, and I think it's the Trident of Chobo. Yeah, he got traffic, so his lap is probably ruined.
Then jump on board the lap with Corby or whoever doesn't have any traffic.
Let's watch. Prosyuk as well have traffic. Blackwood maybe could actually have some slipstream in front if those two doesn't fight. And meanwhile,
Prosyuk's lap is already ruined. He's lost a second and a half in the first sector alone.
And probably Blackwood is improving, but I don't know if he will coach starts rear wing to the end of the lap. So it might be also helpful for him because he could get some slipstream here, but let's see how behind he will be behind start. So now Blackwood is at Portimao corner to then go on to the second sector, and the second sector is not improving. So yeah.
Meanwhile, Curtis stayed in the pits. Sorry, not stayed out. He stayed in the pits, of course, with Tilsey as well. So yeah, Curtis has forfeited the run. Meanwhile, Blackwood is about to finish his run, and he had a little bit of dirty air, so I don't think he'll be able to improve on this lap.
I don't think so as well, but let's see. Yeah, it doesn't improve.
Not too far off. Meanwhile, Kirby is finishing the lap. He doesn't improve. He's got a pit call meanwhile.
And he was off because probably at the sort of traffic of the Virtuosi.
So I don't know if he's improving. Can he bring it home? Yes, he can. He goes into 4th place. Teresnia is up next, and what is he going to do? Teresnia doesn't improve. Bivona, he goes into 18th. Sinonome doesn't improve. Joseph Frederick Suto is on an improvement, so that's good for him. But let's see where he's going to end up.
He's currently 19th. I think he will improve quite a lot.
6th fastest.
And Oskanier tied with Arnold.
He's not on an improvement.
Yeah. Far.
Also, I can tell you that Bivona has 0 qualifying performance points. He has the least bonus to qualifying.
Krasach 4th, meanwhile.
Yes, Kress is improving, and where is he going to end up with this lap? 4th fastest, not bad. The top 5 are extremely close together as Chobot is finishing a lap.
He's off. Probably for Prosyuk. Start 13th.
Goes 13th. Broster doesn't improve. Chochinat is on an improvement, and he goes 10th. So good effort there. As Andreoli is next to cross the line, he doesn't improve. Ceresnia is coming into the pits, so that is the second run's done.
Yeah, Arnold stays in the top. Oskan stays in second, and Gapsagar are pretty close in the top 5. As it stands, I think that actually Ceresnia is going to have a big advantage tomorrow, because usually here, if you start in third, you get a good slipstream and you can get a good exit at the end of Tar 1, where you can pass.
That happens sometimes, doesn't it?
It happened to my driver in 2020. I remember it pretty well.
Okie dokie then.
So anyway, right now Sinonome is eighth, so it's actually a good position because okay, Kulisic is fifth, but Blackwood is 17th, and also Sazonov is sixth. So yeah, it's under control for him now.
Unfortunately, Zorbak is having another bad qualifying.
Yeah, Zorbak is strange because on qualifying it does seem to be good in one qualifying, and then the other one does disappear a little bit. But if he actually fixes that and he becomes a little bit more consistent, it's going to be a real threat for everyone. So if he fixes that, it's good to be a real threat.
De Oliveira is out on track meanwhile.
And the Oliveira is currently last also, so yeah, it's not good. Not a good qualifying board for him so far. Probably not an easy season as well at all, because it's currently 19th in the standings, but also it's justified a little bit because it's just his first season in F2, so you don't have to be explosive immediately in a category. Like, it could take a little bit of time to some people. Then there are some drivers that are explosive immediately. See Sazano, for example, that came from DTM and now is in Formula 2 and is fourth currently in the standings.
Or Sopanen.
Or Sopanen, for example, in DTM. So those are the type of driver that have sort of a quick adaptation to a series. But for some drivers like De Oliveira, it's of course difficult because also De Oliveira has only done a season in Champ Car, so
he's starting a lap. You want to take us through it?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with De Oliveira, hoping he won't get any tough break in front. A car is leaving the pit lane. Let's hope he can jump Zorbak here, and he does. So De Oliveira now approaches turn 3 here at Lagos to then go on to turn 4, and then here on sector 1 he is improving, I think. Yes, slightly improving, and now on to Torre Vip at turn 5 to then entrance series. Sorry Joe, thanks for correcting me. Meanwhile, we are here at Samsung, turn 7, I think. Don't remember the numbers. And now we are not. We are going on to the uphill here. Onto the second sector, De Oliveira has locked up his tires, and I think his lap is not going to be any better. Yes, he lost a lot in the second sector. And now we go on to the last section. Now Sagres to then go on to turn 14 and to then go on to the straight, and probably is not going to improve. He will probably stay in last, and yes, he does. Slightly worse than his best lap.
Yeah.
Because now we're watching Kobe, who is also held up in front by the high tech of Prosyuk, I think. I didn't coach who was.
Meanwhile, Broster stayed in the pit as Kirby doesn't improve. Zorbak is starting a lap. Prosyuk is the other high tech was impeding that guy. Was Prazan was impeding Kirby. Prosyuk is on a flying lap. He is finishing that flying lap, and where is he going to go? As he crosses the line, Prosyuk goes up in the 19th fastest, so not a massive improvement, as Curtis is next to cross the line. Where is he going to go? He is going to go nowhere, quite a way off the pace. As Sazonov is on an improvement right now. It might be a very strong lap. Let's see where he's going to end up as he crosses the line. Could this be pole? No, it's 5th.
Whoa, so close.
Suto doesn't improve. Blackwood, he doesn't improve either. Stays down in 17th. That is not good for him. Bivona doesn't improve. Pulisic does not improve. Sinoname is improving. Goes up to 7th place, and my goodness me. Top 7 only within a tenth of a second.
I cannot believe it. It's
Shobot
really, really
doesn't
close.
improve. Oskan doesn't improve. Kress, next to cross the line, he is not improving. As the track likes to disappear for the last few corners. Again, Kress doesn't improve. Arnold, the man on personal pole, doesn't improve. Prasan doesn't improve. And Zorbak is on improvement. He needs it really, and he goes up into
Yes.
8th place. He absolutely needed that. Sturt
Start.
improves to go 11th. Chochinat is improving. He goes 10th. And Andreoli is next. He is currently down in 17th, so he desperately needs an improvement. Where is he going to go? He goes 9th.
After. And I think that's it for the second runs.
Third.
Yes. Third, sorry. Third runs. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, gap is even closer now. It's unbelievable. Probably one of the, let's say, tightest qualifying I can remember in F2 in the recent seasons. So
I remember that qualifying at Baku when the top seven were the top five were very close, but that was long ago in the GP2 era. Now this is definitely the closest F2 session.
maybe also one
Discounting
that
the fact that P1 and P2 have the same lap time.
yeah, this actually
Sorry, I
helps a
have
lot.
to go down.
No, we're saying also Spielberg may be where the track is really short and the gaps are usually really close there. Maybe, I mean, in the past for F2. So yeah, well, Zorbak listened to me actually when I said that he needs to improve on his quality pace, and he did it. So happy about it. So, Rob, you're here. Sorry, Kurizu, you're here.
I'm here. I hear Braster is out on track.
So yeah, Brosser as well is having a tough season. Like he won at Istanbul doing a lot of incredible moves. Like I can remember his move around the outside on 3 cars, at the third last corner, where he moved around the outside and he gained 3 positions, and he won actually that race. From then he disappeared. Like he had some sort of crisis during across all the season, and Sturt also upped his pace, and this for sure doesn't help him. As well, we're doing here a sort of tour of Campos' car of Broster, having some fun with that. But yeah, here we go. Of course, you do the lap now because I did it before.
No, I don't need to do it. I've already done a flying lap, as the last corner disappears once again.
Yeah, basically the glitch is a little bit. I don't know. Gives me a little bit of edge, but it is probably just me. But here we go. Browser is probably going to get traffic in front. No, he doesn't.
That was very close. His run for turn 1 was compromised.
Yeah, I think he's not going to improve on sector 1. Let's see.
No, definitely not.
No.
He's going to cross the line. He is way down.
As meanwhile, we are here with Androli, but there's a car doing a flying lap, and I think it's Protsuk. Oh, I hope.
He's being impeded by his teammate here.
That's actually huge miscommunication at ITEC.
Yeah, very big. Very big.
Unbelievable. De Oliveira, probably the only one here who might do a clean lap, and is improving.
Yep, he is by a tenth and a half. No, not a tenth and a half, just a tenth. But his turn 5 was a little bit slow.
Yeah, also the fact that he's 3/10 off in sector 1 means that he's not going to be at the top, surely, but let's see if he can at least improve in P18, sort of that. So surely better than last.
Well, we'll see. As in the middle sector split, he's only up by half a tenth. So even if he improves, I think he is going to stay in last on this fourth run. Meanwhile, Sturt stayed in the pits on this one, so just as a note, he's had a little error into the hairpin, as I said earlier. Joe mentioned as well. So let's see if he can gain anything in sector 3 and get out of last place, or if he'll have to stay there. Across the line, he is going to go, and where does the Oliveira go?
Last
Stays in
still.
last. Despite improving in the last sector, he couldn't gain a position.
That ever red hairpin costed him.
Kirby doesn't improve. Sazonov doesn't improve. China is starting a lap, as the car behind him is finishing a lap.
Who is the car behind? Blackwood, and he's only 18th. That's not good.
He's got one more run left. Meanwhile, Josef Suto is on an improvement.
And let's see if Suto can actually go into the top 10.
He's currently 12th fastest. Let's see if he can do anything better than that. Across the line he goes. He goes 11th fastest. He's gained one place. As Resnia doesn't improve. Arnold doesn't improve. Curtis is improving. He goes 12th fastest. As Shobot is next across the line. He doesn't improve. Crest doesn't improve. Bivona, he is down in 21st, and he doesn't improve. The man who won here a few seasons ago. Kulisec does not improve. Denonome does not improve. Andreoli does improve. He goes 8th fastest. Prazan doesn't improve. Zorbak doesn't improve. He remains in 9th. And China is on an improvement. He could get himself into the top 7 or 8 with this lap. He is less than a tenth away from pole. So if he has a great sector 3, he could take pole here. Let's keep an eye on China. What is he going to do? Out of gallop we go, flat out, taking a lot of curb on exit, using the full width of the track. China goes 6th fastest. There's the top 8.
Driver.
Now, this is
Driver
insanely tight.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Simply unbelievable. I think I don't remember a qualifying close like this. Sorry if I have interrupted you, by the way.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, in general, it's in so really tight. Like, teams that are doing pretty well, of course, are MP and Virtuosi, as both drivers are in that group of drivers that are under a 10th from the pole position. So yeah, it's pretty impressive stuff by them mostly.
Meanwhile, Kress goes through that dams, but he's being wheeled back into his garage. Only one run remains, 5th run for most people, 4th for a few of them. And yeah, can anyone take pole position away from Arnold?
Yeah, that's actually a tough question. Like, personally, I hope that Arnold gets the pole because, yeah, he will deserve it after a very tough season.
Sturt is going out on track. He's gone early.
Yeah, of course. Sturt is right now only 14th. You only have to pray that he doesn't get any traffic in his lap. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough call because usually when you're the first car on track, usually leaves the pit when you're doing your lap and you're in the first one on a run. So yeah.
Anyway, Sturt will be hoping not to get any traffic on this last flying lap of his, as we've got just over 4 minutes to go in this session, and the fight for pole is definitely still on. Arnold, I'm not sure if he's been on pole before. This will definitely be his first pole of the season. I'm not sure if he's taken pole in previous seasons, though. Someone double check that for me, if you will. As Sturt is getting ready to start his lap, some more cars heading out onto the racetrack. And is there any movement in the pit lane? Not at the moment, so Sturt might get away with it and have some clean air as he goes through the last corner. The track doesn't seem to disappear this time, as onto the main straight will go with James Sturt. There are some cars heading out onto the track right now, so actually he might be in some trouble if he's close to another car. He is not, he's just passed one there, and he's had a clean turn 1, so you shouldn't have much traffic. There is a car about a second up the road, actually maybe 2 seconds up the road, but he shouldn't be impeded, so it's up to him to improve on this lap. He's got no excuses if he messes up. So let's see. In the first sector, he is up by 23 thousandths of a second. So this could be a decent improvement for him if he finds some more time in sectors 2 and 3. Third is currently in 14th, of course, so at the moment he's got a big gap to P13 in front, so you need to gain quite a lot. Through the right-hander of Samson with Go, he's taking a lot of curb on entry, and in towards Greg Jones. Down the hill we go, and now up the hill, through the right, flicking the car in to Portimao. Let's see his time in the middle sector. He's up by a tenth, but even if he keeps it like this, he might be very close to Curtis. So I think he'll only gain one place, maybe two if he finds some more time. As Sturt is getting ready to finish his lap, in towards Gallup we go, flat out, foot flat to the floor, and out of the last corner we go, taking some curb for good measure. Sturt crosses the line. He improves exactly one position though. He gets in front of Curtis. As in the meantime, we've got 2 minutes to go, and Protsuk is finishing a lap. Where is he going to end up? Can he improve, or will he not improve? He's about to cross the line. Here goes Ruslan Protsuk, currently down in P20. Remains in P20. He was 3 seconds off the pace, and he gets the checker flag next to his name. Has he made a mistake somewhere on track?
Yeah, turn one. But to avoid the Trident.
And he went off track a little bit.
Yeah, the Trident didn't make his job easy.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, he probably had a little bit of scary moment, so yeah.
Sazonal has been impeded by Andreoli. As a result, he doesn't improve. De Oliveira, he needs to improve, otherwise he'll start last, but he doesn't improve. He was 3 seconds off the pace also.
Oh, well. I think he had traffic in front of Suto.
Yeah, probably. Bivona is on an improvement. He needs it because he's down in P21. The only man who doesn't have any qualifying performance points to his name. Let's see if he can get some and get a good improvement in here. Through the middle sector split we go. He is up, but only by 6/100ths of a second. Actually, just under 6/100ths of a second. I don't think he's going to gain much here.
Yeah, definitely not. Probably at best P19 if all goes well and he does the sector 3
I think that's a stretch.
Yeah.
Anyway, out in the last corner we go with Bivona, who is finishing his lap. He remains 21st despite improving. Sinonome doesn't improve. Kirby does not improve. Press across the line does not improve. Bivona is coming into the pits. Plazan doesn't improve. Curtis doesn't improve. Blackwood desperately searching for an improvement, but he didn't get it. Teresnia doesn't improve. Chobot is not improving. He doesn't. Nope. Andreoli doesn't improve. Arnold doesn't improve. Suto is not improving, as this session is almost over. Crossline he goes, he doesn't improve. Kulisec is not improving, as the checkered flag is now out. Zarbak, can he improve? No, he can't. He stays 10th. Oskan, he is missing out on pole by the narrowest of margins, by no margin, but he can't improve, and that is the session done. Everybody is done. Curtis doesn't have the checkered flag, but he has done his flying lap. So that's the end of the session. Alexander Arnold takes pole position, but he isn't the only one who said the fastest time today, but he gets it because he said the fastest time first. So here we have the qualifying results. Alexander Arnold on pole position, level with Samet Oskan, but he'll start ahead of him, of course. So yeah, Kite Seresnia is in third place, with Tobias Kress 4th, Andrei Sazonov 5th, Fangchon China in 6th, Vojta Kulisec in 7th, Hento Sinonome in 8th, Santino Androli in 9th, Nicholas Zermak in 10th. Top 10, all within a tenth and a half. That is brilliant. Agipraz and the top 8 all within 64 thousandths. Fantastic. Agiprazan is in 11th, and you did the second half.
So yeah, of course, with Andreoli's penalty is going to start in 14th. So Suter will start in 11th instead of 12th. Then Sturt does the same as he started in 12th instead of 13th. Curtis starts in 13th instead of 14th, and then Andreoli in 14th. Then we have JP Kirby, last week winner of the race at Monza, start a little bit far compared to where he started last week. It will be a difficult race for him. Then Adam Chobo in P16, Brosser in P17. Current runner-up, Jafari Blackwood, actually having a difficult qualifying and will only start from 18th. It will be a tough qualifying for him. Jack Teasley will start in 19th, so at the end, it didn't even end really bad for him after the technical issue he had at the end of the first run. Then we have Protsuk in P20, and completing the grid, it's Bivona and De Oliveira starting in the last row.
Yep, that's right, and that's it for qualifying. Thank you very much for joining us. Just like Spa 2 seasons ago, P1 and P2 are level, but Arnold is on pole. But that's been it for today. We will see you again tomorrow with the team news, practice qualifying for the top class, and the F2 race. Of course, after the F2 race tomorrow, the next wildcard race will be revealed. Until then, I have been Kurisu.
I've been Franco.
And this has been it. Bye bye.